You seem like a very grounded person, and I know that sometimes that could either come from experiences from how you were raised, or just life experiences, or sometimes whether you meet the right partner or just life. Sometimes things just kind of change. What brought in your life of being so grounded? Because you seem like a very grounded person, emotionally very even keel. You always have the same demeanor every time I meet you. Never too high, never too low. Just very, very even keel and cool. What brought that about yourself?
Well, to be frankly honest, it's because I'm a fucking crazy bitch. And but I have a really great support system, and I make sure I make time to let my crazy out on a regular basis. And when I don't, I get a little funky, just like anybody else would. Like I tell Troy, I'm like, sometimes he just can't just settle, and so I'll tell him to just like go outside and get the screams out, man. Go howl at the moon. Like you gotta get that energy out, because if you don't, it's bottled up, and then it can come out in all these like interesting ways that people could perceive as negative, and not grounded and not cool and not chill. And yeah, I just give myself that time to get crazy. So I appreciate you saying that, because like I'm just like you. I'm just like anybody watching this. I deal with my shit, but I make sure to deal with my.
And that's what it's all about. Because for me, my crazy is the music.
Yeah.
That's kind of like where I get that aggression, that other part of me out. Because I'm normally very, very chill. I don't let much get to me. I don't have really a high emotional reaction to a lot. Because I try to be as even. I try to be as content and cool. But when I do the music, that's when it all comes out. Or when I'm performing music on stage, that's when the wild side comes out. And I'm pretty sure in the wrestling ring, that's the same thing. And essentially your way, or even with your training, or however you get it out. You know what I mean?
No, and that's being in the ring and training. I think I'm pretty sure like Robert De Niro touched on it in that one video where he's like, no matter what happens, you have to always kind of like try to stay calm and be calm. And that's something my dad was really good at staying calm, and it kind of pissed me off because I never saw him when he was like super excited about or like super sad about. He was just always calm, and it annoyed the shit out of me. I didn't understand it, but it's like, you go through what he went through. I'm like, okay, I get it. But it's just being calm and being able to understand, like, this doesn't deserve my energy. Like, I want to maintain as much energy into my, I don't know, saving it for the moment that I get to, like, let my crazies out. And whether it be in the ring or be in the gym, it's going to be one of the two. Because that's the promise that I made to myself,
Absolutely.
I tell Troy too sometimes, like when you're like frustrated, and it's like, I mean, he's a kid and he's growing, and he doesn't know how to handle like being upset in the most optimal way, right? So like sometimes I'm like, when I get pissed, I'll just beeline it to the garage, and I'll grab like the 14 or 15, I can't remember how, like the slam ball, and I will slam that motherfucker up against the wall until I'm blown up. And then I come inside, and he's just there looking at me like, what was that, Mom? And I'm like, you know what? I just need you to see that, like, sometimes, like, there's nothing wrong to have that energy, and you can't think clearly and you can't think calmly. To go slam, I didn't say that, but like, I was like, to go slam the ball as hard as you can. And if you feel like you can do it harder, keep doing it. Keep slamming that ball until you can't slam no more, and then think about it.
It's funny because I always tell people this, and I think people will understand where we're coming from to sum that point up. People don't live life in the yin and yang of their human emotions, where I understand what you're saying about your dad, because you almost like, well, where's this other side? Like we all have it as human beings. We all have a triggering point. It's just how we get it out. So we have to find a way to have that outlet to get it out. I found out, even through music or however I get it out in a way, I find that it's okay to have that. It's okay to do that. It's okay to get those emotions out because, like you said, we have to get into complete detail, but the way the world's going right now and the way things are happening, we need this outlet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's, be your most artist self. Be your most musical self. I like to be my most violent self. That's how I express myself. I can't help it. I tried to, and I tried other things, and it doesn't work. That is my thing. I know I made a promise to myself a very long time ago that the mat is going to be my life for as long as I can walk. It's saved my life at some points.
Absolutely.
Looking back. Being able to train and get your emotions out, especially in a safe space, is that's a luxury nowadays.
Absolutely.
That's the luxury. That's what people, will sacrifice time away from their loved ones, time away from their responsibilities in order to do this in the most optimal way, and respect, because it's important. The way you go through life, it's a reflection of that. And I'm not the best at it. I'm not saying that I've got it nailed down. We all have our challenges. We're all living life, man.